It's all a process in the city. We've got Hey Mayor Dan, we've got a newsletter that comes out every month that's very open. You have plenty of opportunity to respond back to us and tell us what you want. And
But you
I don't
didn't
think,
tell us about it. You've known about it for a year and you didn't tell us.
I'm going to tell you what I asked a lady the other day. I said, what do you think of the new hotel we're putting in? She goes, I don't know anything about it. I said, I've been working on it for 2 years. Every time the project comes up, my line said, as an elected official, I consider it my duty, my obligation, and my responsibility to you to thoroughly review and vet proposals and events brought forward. I do not have the luxury of making seat-of-the-pants recommendations. I meet with people, I evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of risk and rewards of each. That's what we do that for everything, not just for Cunos.
But don't you think this was so huge, it should have been a priority to get the information? I'm excited.
This is the very, very tip of the iceberg for this whole project. They're going to build a data center tomorrow. There's a whole lot, they have to do a thing called a development plan that shows everything they're going to do over 5 years, 10 years, whatever. This was just the first element of it, and it was referred to the council, and then they got a chance to vote on it. And now, through your actions tonight, they have a full understanding of where you want to go and what you want to do. Now, when they come back with a proposal, God knows what it'll be, or God knows what I'll tell you. But I hope at that point you can just look at it and say, okay, no, even with this new information, we don't want it. Regardless of this new information, I don't think it's going to change anybody's mind.
How will we know?
Listen to the process.
How will we know? How do you get the information?
They want tax abatement.
How do you know about
Answer
this?
that. Yes or no?
I don't think these people are going to come back and have any lack of transparency. They've made huge investments already, I think. And the fact of the matter is, if they go back and do the thing, it's going to wind up just the same way. So that's all something that has to process through them. Now, as far as the Convention and Visitors Bureau, again, my job on the administrative side is to look how the city's operating. Is it operating profitably? Is it operating not profitably? Are there things that need to be changed? It's just like you and your household life. Sometimes you got to change things just to see if they're more efficient. So we haven't made any changes in the CDB or the communication department, our events and project. We're looking at all those synergistic relationships. How do they work? Right now we have an art department in the events that's completely overwhelmed, but there's 2 other ones that aren't. So why can't we have one art department where everybody works? That's the kind of things we're looking at and examining. We're not going to fire anybody anymore. We have to spend tourist money on tourism. So we're processing all those things, but basically what happens is a couple of people think something's going to change, and then they get on social media, and everybody's hair catches on fire when there's actually no factual basis for it. So that's what I'm telling you as mayor. You elected me, may not do it again, God knows, we'll see, don't know if I'll run again. But the fact of the matter is, I evaluate what goes on, and I'm a businessman. I look at this city. When we first took over, this city was going to have a revenue problem. It's an older population, the revenue wasn't going up. I told you, I was going to build my campaigns around tourism, and that's what we've done. All you've got to do is see chicken and pickle and the hotels and everything else that's coming on board, and that's money you don't have to spend. So, vote me in, vote me out. You know, I had a job before I came here, I'll have one after I leave here. I would like to continue to do what I think are the good things that we're doing for the community. And there's a hell of a lot more to it than just the data center. That's just one snippet of everything that's going on. So, I think watch what we do, hold us accountable. I don't know, it has to be as dramatic as it was tonight, but you do have an opportunity to communicate with us, and we will communicate back with you. Every one of these people sitting here is dedicated to their job. John's been running the water plant since 2019 when I came on board, and if it wasn't for him, we'd all be drinking bottled water all the time. So there's good work being done in this city, and I kind of hate to see this Lynch mob attitude about some things when in fact there's things wrong. There's no doubt about that. The lack of transparency was horrendous. We all know that up here. That will not be, they can't come back and do that again. So you built that protection into tonight. You said that guy, don't come back and do that again. So if they do, I don't think they'll ever take it. But those are all things that have to work through the process. So, I want on the council, I think they're doing an amazing job. They've taken a hell of a beating over this, and they've really made a chance to vote. So let's give them a break and give them an opportunity to do the right thing, but be talking to them all the time so they know what you want done. We're only up here because you elected us. You can unelect us, or you can elect us and tell us what you want us to do, and that's what should be done. So
You just
I'll
called a
leave it at that.
meeting of
Give us three
freedom of
answers.
speech mock? Jesus.
I'm sorry, did you finish, Dan? All right, moving on to announcements from council members. Mr. Faust?
Well, for someone who's born and raised in St. Charles, this is exactly what I expected of our residents. When transparency is not there, this is exactly what I expected. I want to thank everyone who came to speak tonight. I want to thank our communication team for making sure that we were able to stream this for the people that are at home right now, so thank you for that.